This is Pre-Calc 12, Chapter 1.5 Extra. This is an age problem. So we have Adam, Betty, and Carrie are siblings. Adam was born 2 years before Betty. Carrie was born 3 years after Betty. The product of their ages is 2,972 greater than twice the sum of their ages. How old are each of them? With this problem, there is no formula. You have to create your own formula. You create an equation using the order of the sentences, and if you try to do something different, you may produce an error in your equation. Let's start with the second sentence. Adam was born 2 years before Betty. Adam, we'll use A, was born 2 years before Betty. Before usually means smaller, but since we're dealing with birth, before actually means older. So Adam is 2 years older than Betty. Okay, let's look at the next sentence. Carrie was born 3 years after Betty. So C equals B. Again, after usually means bigger, but in the case of birth, 3 years after means Carrie is younger than Betty. So it's B minus 3. The product of their ages. Product means multiplying together. So this is A times B times C. We also need the sum of their ages. S equals A plus B plus C. Sum means the total with addition. Okay, now let's look at this sentence more carefully. The product of their ages is. Is means equals. So we have P equals. And now we have 2,972. Greater, that means plus. Then twice the sum of their ages. So this is 2s. Okay, now we have an equation. We can substitute. And we want to substitute. So this is A times B times C equals 2,972 plus 2 times s. And use brackets here. Anytime you substitute, always use brackets. Okay, now we substitute one more time. We substitute A and C. So we have B plus 2 times B times B minus 3 equals 2,972 plus 2 times A, which is B plus 2. We don't need brackets here. Plus B plus C, which is B minus 3. Now we just need to expand and simplify. So we'll leave the B out and we'll FOIL B plus 2, B minus 3. This is B squared minus B minus 6. And now we just multiply by B. So this is B cubed minus B squared minus 6B equals 2,972 plus 2. And now we can just simplify here. There's 1, 2, 3 B's, so times 2, that's 6B. And we have 2 minus 3, that's negative 1, times 2 is negative 2. So now we can put everything on one side. We have B cubed minus B squared minus 12B. When the 6B comes over to the other side, it's negative. And we have 2,972 minus 2. So that's 2,970. Now we have an equation, and what we would like to do with that equation is find the roots. So you would enter this on your calculator. So we don't have b's on our calculator, so we'll just use x. So x cubed minus x squared minus 12x minus 2,970. And we need to set a proper range for this. But let's hit draw first. And nothing shows up, which is not surprising because we haven't set our range yet. X should be negative 1 because we don't really have negative ages. Since this is an age problem, we'll start off with, say, 30 as the maximum. If it's not in our window, then we can just expand the window. And it's not showing up in the window, so what we do next is we need to zoom. And we'll use auto zoom. And there's our solution. And the way that we find the exact number is we hit solve and we're looking for roots. And the answer is 15. So B equals 15. So this is Betty's age. And now we substitute into our original equations. A equals B plus 2. And this is 15 plus 2. So Adam is 17. And finally, Carrie, C, is B minus 3. So that's 15 minus 3. And that's 12. So we figured out the 3 ages. For age problems, if you don't get an integer solution, it's most likely you've done some kind of error up here, either with your original equation or with your algebra. So it's best to check your work and see if you can get an integer solution. And that's it for this problem.